In answer to the question, what does the Bible say about homosexuality? Originally brought to you by gotquestions.org, link on the screen or in the description below. The Bible consistently tells us that homosexual activity is a sin. Genesis chapter 19, verses 1 to 13, Leviticus chapter 18, verses 22, chapter 20, verse 13, Romans chapter 1, verses 26 and 27, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Romans chapter 1, 26 to 27 teaches specifically that homosexuality is a result of denying and disobeying God. When people continue in sin and unbelief, God gives them over to even more wicked and depraved sin in order to show them the futility and hopelessness of a life apart from God. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9 proclaims that homosexual offenders will not inherit the kingdom of God. God does not create a person with homosexual desires. The Bible tells us that people become homosexuals because of sin, Romans chapter 1, verses 24 through 27, and ultimately because of their own choice. A person may be born with a greater susceptibility to homosexuality, just as some people are born with a tendency to violence and other sins. That does not excuse the person's choosing to sin by giving in to sinful desires. If a person is born with a greater susceptibility to anger or rage, does that make it right for him to give in to those desires? Of course not. The same is true with homosexuality. However, the Bible does not describe homosexuality as a greater sin than any other. All sin is offensive to God. Homosexuality is just one of the many things listed in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 9 to 10, that will keep a person from the kingdom of God. According to the Bible, God's forgiveness is just as available to a homosexual as it is to an adulterer, idol worshiper, murderer, or thief. God also promises the strength for victory over sin, including homosexuality, to all of those who will believe in Jesus Christ for their salvation. From 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 11, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17, and Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. If this was informative, be sure to subscribe, like our video on the blocks below, add to the conversation by leaving us a comment, and check out more video categories from our playlist.